Right, so we're on the old ding with John Luby, who's the president of St Vincent de Paul. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
And you're a local charity that do some incredible work in the community. And there's some great news because you've got a new van. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what's happened with the van, how that's all come about, and a little bit about the charity, John?
Yeah, well, the charity is part of an international organisation. It's been established in about 1833.
Right.
In France, and it's spread all over the world. At the moment, St Vincent de Paul is in 148 countries in the world. They're now in 3 provinces in China.
Oh, right. So an international affair then?
Yes. We have there's now 2 members of St Vincent de Paul Society in the United Nations.
Okay.
So it's really expanded into a really big worldwide organisation, of which we are just a very small cog here in Camberley.
Well, that's what we're really interested in.
Yeah.
So what happens, what does your charity do here in Camberley?
What we do in Camberley is we work with the services to provide furniture for somebody who goes into an emergency flat or an emergency room, whatever it may be.
So they've fallen on hard times?
They're fallen on hard times through one means or another, as a lot of people do. And we provide as much furniture as we can to them, depending on how much we get in is how much we give out.
Okay.
Yeah, our great need is for white goods. So
white goods, so
white
what,
goods.
like washing machines?
Washing machines, cookers, and fridge
irons,
freezers,
all that type of
fridge
stuff.
freezers and that.
Right.
We test them ourselves. We have somebody who can do minor repairs. So we're pretty well equipped to deal with almost anything.
Right.
We also do food bank, for which we look at, for those who are recommended by the services. We can't just give it to you all and sundry. It has to be a recommended.
So someone who really needs it.
Yeah, who really needs it must have it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And so you've got a brand new van.
Brand new van to replace our old one, which was coming on a bit under the weather, and we've had a lot of repairs and stuff to it. We decided we'd do a skydive. We done a skydive, which was absolutely brilliant, and I'd love to do it 2 or 3 times a year if possible.
Right, and you raised a fair amount of cash for that.
We, in total, between grants from our local councillor and Johnson's Wax and churches together, and the skydive, we raised over £27,000.
Wow.
Which allowed us to buy a new van, which is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, we've just been looking at that. It's brand spanking new.
At the moment, when you look at it, it's full of furniture, ready to go out Monday morning to somebody. So that's basically what we do. We also we ourselves refer people who need a bit of advice on like debt counselling, or maybe find a niche that they need help from somebody. We can find that for them. So on top of that, we work with people and we provide a listening service for them.
Right.
So all in all, that's
an all-round fantastic service to the community. Now, if somebody wants, because I donated some furniture to you not that long ago, and it's really easy. So why don't you just tell people how they can do that? So if they've got some furniture or white goods or something that they think might benefit you guys, how do they get in contact?
Our phone number is 01276 537 616.
Okay, so people can ring that number and they can
if
get it organised.
If there's nobody there, which sometimes we're all at the store, just leave the message and we either phone you back or whatever it is you require, we will get back to you on it.
Lovely. Well, look, John, all the best. We'll come back when you've got the van sign written and maybe do another little video about your activities. Councillor Bill Chapman, Surrey County Council, and we're here at St Vincent de Paul to really celebrate the arrival of their new van. Now, you played a small part in this, didn't you, Bill?
Yes, it was very small, really. The community generally had collected £27,000.
That's a substantial amount of money.
It's a huge amount, yes, and quite a large part of that came from John himself, with the jumping out of the aeroplane.
He did, he skydived, didn't he?
Yeah, so that was brilliant. But they were short of 3,000, which I was very happy to be able to provide out of my allocation at the county council.
But just very briefly explain what that allocation is.
Okay, it's a sum of money that's allocated to each county councillor each year, and I think it amounts to 12,000 a year, so it's a substantial amount of money, and it's there for us to help, usually to help start new projects. It's not to be used for ongoing costs, but it's to start things up.
Like capital expenditure?
Yes, yes. So this is an ideal thing, because it'll be a benefit widely in the community, and it's a one-off cost. Right. So that's perfect, really.
Excellent, excellent. And this charity do some remarkable work in the community, and I think that you know, as a council, they're probably quite lucky to have organisations like this that can take quite a lot of the problems away from the council.
That's right, yes. I mean, and it's generally true, and we're very lucky throughout Surrey Heath, and Surrey, in fact, with having so many charitable organisations that do really, really great work.
They really do. I mean, it's just. I mean, I learn about new things every day that's going on in the community. I thought I was in touch with what's going on, and all of a sudden, every day I hear of a new thing that's going on.
Yes.
St Vincent de Paul, just a classic example of that.
It is, yes. And the thing I really like about this particular project is that it brought together quite a few organisations for a one-off. So, you know, there was St Vincent de Paul, Churches Together Camberley, and the Rotary Club.
The Rotary Club, and what's the other one? Not the Rotary. There's the Rotary Club, and there's another. The Lions Club.
Yes.
So they all pool together.
Yes.
To get this off the ground.
Yes.
So it just goes to show you that where there's a will, there's a way.
That's right. Yes, and it's and no doubt they'll reconfigure for another project sometime. So it's come together, get the job done, and then go and do another job. So yeah, and I think the whole concept of recycling like this is amazing.
It's a great idea.
Or reuse rather than recycling.
Reuse, yeah, it's a great idea. Well, listen, Bill, thanks very much.
Yeah,
and it's great to see councillors getting involved in projects like this.
Yes. I didn't do a lot, but I'm very glad to have done what I did.
Excellent. Well done, Bill.
I'll just say a few words in support of John. John, as you know, has been tireless in pulling together the community store and the work that surrounds it, much of which doesn't get the recognition that it deserves. Congratulations, John, and again a big thank you to everyone here who's helped. It is a community effort, and long may it remain so. Let's hope we start to build. There are all sorts of things that we can add on to widen the work that we do in the community. So all power to your elbow, John, and let's hope everyone else is able to help in the best way possible. Thanks a lot.
On behalf of Churches Together for Camberley, John, we very much appreciate you taking the lead in this very important expression of God's love, and it's a great privilege for us in other churches to be able to follow your lead, demonstrating that the whole church in the area is committed to ministry and building better relationships between churches and with the wider community. So thank you very much indeed, John.
Thank you.